Hi, and God bless you. I'm Jessica Mendoza, and I want to welcome you to this week's Midweek Momentum. I say momentum, but I'm going to be totally honest. This week has felt like a momentous failure. You see, it's been a rough week in the Mendoza household. But I promise if you ride this out with me, we will get to a place of hope, of peace, of understanding, of personal accountability, of action, and of love. But before we do, I need to air out this dirty laundry and let you into my world. So we have a 6-year-old son, and he is totally incredible. Smart, talented, kind, caring, helpful with siblings, obedient, all of the attributes that you would want in a child. And this week, that child was nowhere to be found. The amount of I hate yous, I don't cares, kicking, screaming, throwing things, tantrums, and my personal least favorite thing, I'm not listening, was totally off the charts. There were multiple days where I sat and cried at the end of the night, wanting to scream, feeling completely worn out, beaten up, and verbally abused by my 6-year-old. And I found myself crying out to God, asking him how someone who is raised in a Christian house with loving, albeit flawed parents, who sees Christ-like behavior in his daily sphere of influence, how can someone be behaving this way? What am I doing wrong? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Taking on the burden of someone else's behavior as if it was a direct reflection of your failure. Maybe it's a spouse who doesn't share the same passion for the word as you do, or who has completely fallen away from God. Maybe it's your grown children who keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, and they're living a life that's less than your vision for them. Maybe it's your angry boss who seems to take out his frustration on you for no apparent reason. Or possibly extended family who have landed on the opposite side of your personal and political choices. God, what am I doing wrong? And God says, it's not yours to carry. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden and overburdened, and I will cause you to rest. I will ease and relieve and refresh your souls." You see, the burden that's weighing on me, the burden you are holding on to, is insufficiently carried when we take it on alone. We begin to feel guilty over other people's behavior, other people's failures, other people's temper tantrums. And we question, what are we doing wrong? What should we have done differently? Where are we falling short? But I believe it's more effective to lay that weight down, hand it over, and receive rest. I want to look at John 14:27 in the Amplified Version. "Peace I leave with you." This is Jesus speaking. "My perfect peace I give to you, not as the world gives do I give to you. Do not let your heart be troubled, nor let it be afraid. Let my perfect peace calm you in every circumstance and give you courage and strength for every challenge." Isn't that beautiful? That we can have patience and peace through the trials, through the challenges. Now, when Jesus came and died as a sinless man, he paid the price that was owed for our inequities and our shortcomings. And this sacrifice opened up a direct line, a helpline, if you will, with God. Now, when we recognize a situation that's too much for us to handle, or too painful to deal with, or just downright confusing, we go to God, we cry out to him, we ask for his wisdom, his guidance through prayer, and we're obedient as he shows us what action needs to be taken. Because even though we're not responsible for how other people respond to us, We are responsible to do what God is calling us to do and to make the changes that he's calling us to make. You know, I heard a great quote recently that the only real control we have is self-control. Now, when I first digested that, it was tough for me to swallow because I'm a firstborn, type A, perfectionist, mom of four, and downright super organized, meticulous, please do it my way so that I don't have to correct you kind of person. But as I really meditated on what this means, I began to feel incredibly free. There is great power in mastering self-control and letting go of trying to control the actions of other people around you. Let's look at Proverbs 16, verse 32. Better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city. Meaning that the person who is tapped into unwavering patience and solid self-control is stronger and more effective than the ultimate fighting champion who takes out a city. Have you been that fighter lately who's trying to take down the city? When all God is calling you to do is have some patience and have some self-control. In those moments during and after Jack's hysteria, I struggled with this. I struggled to be unwaveringly patient and self-controlled. I fought the urge to throw the TVs out the window and to bury his tablet in the backyard. I wanted answers for his behavior and how I had been messing up. But through prayer and some quiet time with God, I can confidently say it's sometimes best if we don't fully understand. I don't need to know why people act certain ways, why people throw fits or hurt me. And neither do you. I need to remember my job and God's job and ultimately stay in my lane. You know, I'm so thankful that we have a God who invites us near to him for comfort and guidance through these challenges. Let's go to Hebrews 4:16. It says, "Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need." It's a beautiful verse. In the case of our family this past week, we went to God and asked for instruction about our son. What we may be missing, what adjustments needed to be made. And while I waited for the big reveal for what magnificent change was headed to our house, God quietly helped me to see that Jack's behavior has little to do with me and my self-imposed mom failures. So this week, I challenge you to lay down the burden you've been carrying of other people's behavior. Hand it over to God. As you passionately pursue the peace of Christ and you stand firm in self-control, remember whose job it is to bring about transformation and love people in the process. Also, please feel free to drop us a comment with how our church can be praying for you. We love you and God bless you.